Biscuit and Gravy Bake. This is one of the better ones you'll ever have. Real eggs, not mushy, crispy hash browns, something you don't see every day in those. Trust the process, believe in yourself, I'll walk you through it. Let's go. Okay, I buttered my dish, either 9x13 or 10x14. This happens to be a 10x14. So what you're gonna wanna do is I've already made my biscuits. These are my biscuits that I make. I've got another video here to show you how to make those. So there's no reason to rehash that. Same thing with the gravy that we're gonna use. I've already got another video for that. No reason to hash that. The other ingredients are the bacon, eggs, and hash browns. And of course, none of you need to know how to make any of those because you already do, but I will show you something different with the hash browns and the eggs. But anyway, let's get to it. With the biscuits, all I do is I kind of roll them up like this, lay it in there, and then just unroll it. And then you can fit them to the pan how you see fit. If they break up, so what? You're gonna push these back together anyway. Now, these do not have to be 3/4 of an inch. That's just for when you're making regular biscuits, because these will rise, believe it or not, even with all that weight. Just be careful with it. Now, if you want to slice it into sections and put it in here, that's fine too. But you don't want to work it too much. I mean, I know it kind of broke apart on me, but it happens sometimes. Sometimes I get it perfect, sometimes this, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter because you're never going to see this part anyway. So what we're going to do here, let me wash my hands. After we lay our biscuit down in there, is we're going to start with our gravy. Now, you say, oh my God, Dave, why'd you make so much gravy? Because not only am I going to put it in it, when it's done, we're going to put it on top. So I always make extra. So you just want, it's kind of like lasagna, guys. Just want to make a thin layer on your biscuits. Okay, all you're really wanting to do right at this point is just kind of cover it almost to the edges. You can do the edges too. Honestly, I don't know if they'll burn, but I'm sure they're going to get over there anyway. So you can season every step of the way. I've already seasoned pretty much everything except the bacon. If you want to put something spicy down, like cayenne pepper to give it some heat, that's fine too. But the next layer you want is your eggs. Now, we've already hard scrambled these. That's one of the tips. I don't like pouring eggs into a breakfast casserole. I think it makes it a solid mass, and I don't like the texture. It's the same thing with the hash browns. I don't like putting frozen hash browns in a casserole. It's easy, but the texture's crap. It doesn't taste good. It's soft. It doesn't get crispy like a hash brown should be. So let's get some texture in there. So get your eggs, which we've hard scrambled, get them in there. And I've salt and peppered these. That's all I've done. Of course, you can season them how you fit. And these eggs are very hot because I just cooked them like 2 minutes ago, but that's okay. So for this, thank you, Trina. Trina's back there coaching me because, of course, we both forget stuff when we're doing our videos, so we need each other's help. This is a dozen eggs for a 9x13. You could easily go 18 with this. We were kind of debating that when I never remember when I do these, but we were kind of debating that, but we decided 12. 12 worked just fine. At this point, when you put on your eggs, is the time you want to put your cheese if you want cheese. We do not, because there's plenty of gravy that gives it that moist, creamy texture, and it keeps things moist in here, so we don't use the cheese, even though we're a family that loves cheese. This is 1 pound of bacon we put this in the oven actually instead of pan fried it, but it's not crispy, but it's almost crispy. That way it doesn't add much fat to the dish. And yes, my counters are clean and no bacon left behind. Another layer of gravy. I'm telling you guys, you ever do this, it'll change your life. Man, I am just making a mess over here, babe.
Yes.
Is that expected?
Yeah.
It is? Yeah. Now, we were also debating the name of this because we've heard breakfast casseroles, we've heard bakes and stuff like that. And I think, unfortunately, we're Gen Xers. We're not proud of it or anything. We just are. We're not those kind that go around preaching. But everything was a casserole when we grew up. Everything was, so we're used to that term. But if a bake sounds better to you, call it a bake. We don't care. One thing you might be questioning is that biscuit's going to be solid as a rock when you're done. You won't believe this until you see it, but that biscuit will rise. This will come up above the edge of this. So we have a lot of extra gravy that'll go on top. It'll also go for breakfast tomorrow if we want it. The reason you want all the way to the edge with the top layer is because you're going to put your hash browns on it. I'm going to ask Trina for help on this because this takes a while. What you're going to see is what we've done is we have taken the mini tater tots and we've already fried them. We've deep fried them so they're crispy. You're like, why do you do that? You're going to throw them in the oven. Because hash browns that are thrown in the oven frozen in a casserole or a bake like this are always mushy. That's not what hash browns are. I mean, I don't want mashed potatoes. I want a crispy hash brown. So if you fry them first, air fry them, put them in the oven first, whatever you do to get them crispy, this will make this bake 10 times better. This is the second secret. Fried eggs or scrambled eggs, fry your hash brown. So Trina's going to help me put this together. We're going to speed this up for you so you don't have to deal with it. As you can see, we just put these on top. Now you can parquet them, you can do, I don't care what you do. Put these crispy tater tots or hash browns or whatever. You can do the big hash browns, you can do the large tater tots, it doesn't matter. We choose the mini tater tots because there's more surface area for crispy compared to how much potatoes inside compared to larger hash brown options out there. This will not burn. I know you're thinking that too. You've already cooked them. They're going to overcook. You can't overcook a tater tot, really. They just get crispier. And that's what we want in this. So we're going to bake these at 375 for 30 to 35 minutes to start with, because if you're making your own homemade biscuits, you kind of really don't know how long it's going to take for those biscuits to be done. So you're going to have to test this a little bit. So we'll go 30 to 35 minutes and then we'll get back to you. And you can leave it open. You do not need to cover it. It's going to be hard to tell if your biscuits are done or not. You're going to put your fork in. You already see I did it once. Slide over and try to get a little bit of biscuit. Now, you'll probably get some. There we go. That is done. That's 100% done. That was 30, 35 minutes. Now, the reason I say you're going to have to test it is because what if you make a 3/4 inch biscuit? You decide you want to triple the recipe. I doubled my recipe from the video. It's going to take a little longer. What happens if you use only a single recipe and a smaller container? It's going to take less time. That's my point is, once you put it in the oven, give it at least 30 minutes and then test it. I would test it at the 30-minute mark. Look at these. Look at these. They are not burnt. That is crispy as can be. So now you got texture. So you got hash browns that actually taste like hash browns. Congratulations. These are delicious. All right, guys. It's done. How amazing is that? So without further ado, Trina's been kind of salivating all day, drooling a little bit. She knows this is coming, so let's get her in here. Trina. Oh, you okay? Here.
I am.
The saliva. There we go.
Yeah, it's been smelling really good all morning.
It's a process, really. Okay, try it.
Okay.
And we've had this before.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you can see it, but that biscuit did rise.
Look at
it is done.
It was a 1/2 inch, and now that's at least, I don't know, 1 1/4 inches. I mean, so it does rise. Amazing, it pushes all that up. If you do the right thing, those biscuits will rise for you. And I think we've done canned before, and they still rise.
Yeah.
Anyway,
really good.
This is really good, guys, and it's heavy. Yeah, make sure you ain't go anywhere that day. You might need a nap. Trust the process. Believe in yourself. We'll see you next time. Enjoy.
See ya.